Here's the graph of y as f of x. The point P, 4, 1 is a point on the graph. What are the coordinates of the new position of P when the graph is y of y equals f of x is transformed to the graph of A, y equals minus f of x. So the first thing that we need to know is f of x is another way of saying y. So we've effectively got minus y here, which means that all of my coordinates, my y coordinates, have now become negative. So P, 4, 1, where 4 is the x and 1 is the y has now become negative. So the x stays the same, the y becomes negative. So effectively, we've transformed it and reflected it in the x-axis. So my coordinate is 4 minus 1. For y equals f of x plus 4, I'm going to direct you to try and memorise about the lion in the cage. So, if a lion is in a cage, it can only walk horizontally, and because it's in a cage, it doesn't like you, so it's going to do the opposite of what you tell it to. If a lion is out of a cage, it can jump up and jump down, and because it likes you, because it's out of a cage, it's going to do what you tell it to do. So it's obedient. So if we go back to our question here, now the cage refers to brackets, and the lion is the number that comes with it. So the lion here is the 4. So the lion's outside of the cage, and that means it's obedient, so whatever you tell it to do, it's going to do that. So we're going to go up 4. So the 4.41 is now going to become still 4 across, but it's going to move 4 up. So it's going to become 4, 5. Y equals minus f of minus x. Well, it's the x coordinates that have now changed. So the point P, which started off at 4, 1, where the 4 was the x coordinate and the 1 was the y, the x coordinate is now minus 4 and the y stays the same. And then the last one, so again the brackets represent the cage, and this time the number is inside the cage, which means it can only go horizontally, and it's going to do the opposite of what we tell it to. So I've told it to go that way 5, but it's going to do the opposite. It's going to go that way 5. So instead of going across 4, we need to move that coordinate here 5 in that direction. So that's going to become minus 1. Y-axis is still, the y coordinate is still going to stay the same, so that's going to be 1.